whispering blooms of Nocturne. Beneath the vast canopy of the midnight sky, the Garden of Nocturne lay wrapped in an ethereal glow. Its secrets whispered amongst the rustling leaves and danced on the cool night breeze. The serene night calls to Lila, whose gentle spirit is drawn to the whispers of nocturnal blooms. Lila, a patient and nurturing botanist, found solace in the quiet and comforting embrace of the garden. Her days were spent amidst the vibrant colors and sweet fragrances of her botanical companions. But it was the night that truly captured her curiosity. As dusk surrendered its final hues to the starlit night, Lila stood at the threshold of the garden, her heart beating in a soft, rhythmic cadence that mirrored the gentle lull of the world around her. She inhaled deeply, inviting the calming breath to fill her lungs, and slowly exhaled, releasing any remnants of the day's burdens. In the hushed silence, she could almost hear the delicate chatter of petals brushing against each other, a subtle invitation to explore the wonders that lay beyond. The gentle voice of the night beckoned her forward, promising a journey of discovery and tranquility. Lila's preparation for this nocturnal adventure was intentional and serene. Her attire was simple, a soft flow of linen that whispered with each step she took. She embraced the coolness of the earth beneath her feet, the soft grass a comforting memory foam designed by nature. Her senses, attuned to the subtleties of the night, were ready to soak in the garden's offerings. As she stepped further into the heart of the garden, the path seemed to welcome her. The soft glow of luminescent flowers bathed the surroundings in a gentle light, an ethereal invitation for her to proceed. Each bloom radiated a unique hue, their luminescence a beacon of nature's artistry. She marveled at their silent communication, an unspoken exchange that required no words, only understanding. Lila paused, closing her eyes to embrace the soundscape of the garden. A gentle breeze caressed the leaves above, its soft murmur blending with the distant symphony of crickets in harmonious crescendo. The night air was a balm, soothing her mind and releasing all tension into the ether. As she moved deeper into the garden, a soft hum enveloped her, nature's own lullaby, a melodic blend of whispers and rustles, crafting an atmosphere ripe for introspection and tranquility. The night, with its tapestry of shadows and light, unfolded before her like a gentle dream made manifest. With each step Lila took, the garden seemed to respond, awakening to her presence in a vibrant display of color and fragrance. The air was thick with the sweet scent of night-blooming jasmine, wrapping around her like a soft embrace, its heady perfume mingling with the earthy aroma of damp soil after the day's lingering warmth. The path beneath her feet was a tapestry woven with glimmering dew, each droplet catching the moonlight like tiny prisms, twinkling with a magic all their own. Suddenly, a flicker of movement caught her eye. Gazing ahead, Lila noticed a figure cloaked in shadows, a presence that seemed to blend seamlessly with the night. Curiously drawn, she stepped closer, her heart quickening in a delightful mix of apprehension and excitement. As she approached, the figure shifted, revealing itself to be Eldrick, the wise and gentle caretaker of the Garden of Nocturne. His feathery white hair glowed softly, illuminated by the light of the surrounding blooms, and his smile was warm, comforting. "Ah, Lila," he said in a voice as smooth as the night air, "you've come at the perfect time. The garden sings to those who can listen." Lila felt an instant connection, as if she had known Eldrick all along. "It's all so beautiful," she whispered, eyes wide with wonder. "The flowers seem to be alive, with stories waiting to be told." Eldrick nodded sagely, folding his hands in front of him. "Each bloom has its tale, dear one. The blossoms of the night hold secrets of far-off lands and dreams yet to be dreamt. Would you like to learn their stories? There are riddles written in the petals, mysteries waiting to be unraveled." Captivated, Lila agreed, and as Eldrick began to guide her through the garden, she felt as though she were stepping into a world where all her senses came alive. He pointed to a cluster of iridescent night lilies, their surfaces glistening under the moonlight like silver mirrors. "These flowers," he explained, "flourish when the moon is at its fullest. They are said to reflect the dreams of those who whisper their hopes into their petals." Lila leaned closer, captivated by their reflexive glow, as if the blooms were absorbing the very essence of her aspirational thoughts. "What else do they see?" she pondered, her voice a whisper, as the lure of possibilities filled the air. "Their watchful eyes can see both light and darkness," Eldrick replied, his tone soothing yet filled with mystery. "They remind us that in every shadow lurks potential, waiting for the softest light to awaken it." As they wandered deeper into the garden, Lila grew entranced. The soft glow of enchanting flowers surrounded them, illuminating the path ahead while casting intricate shadows that danced along the ground. The gentle rustle of silken petals created a melody that twined harmoniously with the cadence of a small pond nearby. The pond mirrored the starlit sky, its surface a glistening tapestry of constellations that seemed almost within reach, teasing Lila to dip her fingers into its depths. "Let us rest for a moment," Eldrick suggested, gesturing toward a mossy knoll by the water's edge, where the shadows were softer and inviting. As Lila settled onto the plush cushion of moss, feeling its coolness against her skin, she gazed into the water, entranced by the peaceful image that reflected back at her, a visage of calm, free from the concerns of the waking world. With a heart full of curiosity and a mind quiet and receptive, Lila awaited the next chapter of Eldrick's teachings, ready to delve into the wonders that surrounded her in this magical realm of whispering blooms. Eldrick settled beside her, his presence grounding yet ethereal, and he glanced into the pond, his eyes dancing with the shimmering reflections. "Here, at the edge of the water, we find a place where the veil between worlds is thin," he murmured, his gaze lifted to the twinkling stars. "This pond serves not only as a mirror, but as a portal, revealing the intricate tapestry all living things under the vast sky. As Lila listened, the air around them shimmered with potential. She peeked into the water, mesmerized by the way the moonlight created silken trails across the surface, guiding her thoughts into a tranquil space where time felt suspended. "What shall we discover?" she asked gently, her voice lingering in the cool night air. Eldrick smiled, his eyes glimmering like the stars above. "Listen closely, and you may hear the whispers of the past. The water holds the memories of those who have come before, their stories etched in the ripples and reflections." He dipped a hand into the cool depths, causing tiny waves to emanate outward, distorting the mirrored constellations. Lila watched, spellbound. As the ripples settled, shapes began to form. Glimmers of light danced along the water's edge, portraying fleeting images of past visitors. She saw ethereal figures, their laughter mingling with the rustle of the leaves, a festival of blooms celebrating the night. The air was filled with joy, their whispers mingling with the gentle gurgle of the water, and Lila felt a warmth blossoming within her, as if she were part of this time-worn celebration. "Every flower has its friends, every night its stories," Eldrick continued, his voice a soothing balm. "The Garden of Nocturne thrives on connection. It is a sanctuary for dreams and hopes, a refuge where every soul is welcomed to share its essence." With each ripple that caressed the water, more stories unfolded before Lila's eyes. She beheld the rare blossom of serenity, said to bloom under a full moon, casting a glow that nurtures gardens far and wide. It shimmered as the laughter of children filled the air, their dreams floating skyward like fireflies glowing against the velvet night. "May I find my tale here too?" she breathed, a sense of wonder unfurling within her. Eldrick turned to her, and for a moment his expression was both knowing and generous. "Everyone holds their story beneath the layers of their heart, dear Lila," he said softly. "And the garden has a way of unearthing the true essence of each soul. It opens its petals to those who dare to dream and listen." Encouraged by his words, Lila leaned closer to the edge of the pond, the cool touch of the water lapping against her fingertips. "What must I do?" she asked, her anticipation a gentle flutter in her chest. "Gaze into the depths and share your longing," Eldrick instructed, his voice a soft melody in the night. "Speak your dreams and let the garden weave its magic." Taking a deep breath and grounding herself in the moment, Lila let her voice rise softly like a whispering wind. "I long to understand the beauty of connection, to weave my own essence with the blooms and creatures here. I seek tranquility, harmony, and a sense of purpose." As her words danced through the air, the pond began to shimmer more brightly, rippling beneath the whisper of her heartfelt desires. Lila felt an answer beckoning from within, a knowing that the garden was alive and listening, ready to embrace her yearning with open petals. In that sacred moment, she understood she was not just an observer, but an integral part of a greater tapestry, woven between the silent blooms and the wondrous night. With new clarity, Lila smiled, her mind a tranquil sanctuary, ready for the next revelation that awaited her in the magical embrace of the Garden of Nocturne. As the soft light from the pond pulsed gently in response to her dreams, Lila sensed a shift within the garden. The flowers around them swayed lightly, their luminescent colors deepening, as if the very essence of the garden was welcoming her wishes with open arms. Eldrick, attuned to the magic unfolding, smiled knowingly, his eyes reflecting the shimmering brilliance of the pond. "Close your eyes, Lila," he whispered, his voice a soothing caress against her ears. "Let the garden guide you. Feel its heartbeat, its rhythm, and allow it to lead you to your truth." Lila obeyed, drawing her eyes shut and surrendering to the sensations that enveloped her. The cool breeze danced playfully through her hair, carrying with it the sweet scent of blossoms swirling around her. It felt like a gentle lullaby, weaving its way into her very being. Her heart began to resonate with the pulse of the garden, a soft thrum that echoed the natural world's unspoken harmonies. The sound of rustling leaves morphed into a symphony of whispers, old and wise, surrounding her in a cocoon of warmth. Images blossomed in her mind, visions of vibrant blooms reaching for the night sky, their delicate petals stirring like hands reaching out to one another. She saw creatures of the night gathering, their soft coos and croaks blending into a gentle chorus that filled the garden with life. As she remained wrapped in the serene embrace of the moment, a shimmering light danced before her closed eyelids, inviting her to explore further. A sense of belonging washed over her, as if she had been here before in a world that transcended time and space. Her spirit soared, buoyed by the knowledge that she was a part of this celestial dance, woven together with all that existed in the garden. "You're discovering your path," Eldrick's voice floated softly, breaking through the cocoon of her thoughts. "Each bloom, each creature you see, they are reflections of your own journey, inviting you to embrace your place in this vibrant tapestry." Feeling inspired, Lila allowed herself to drift deeper into this shared consciousness. She envisioned the heartbeat of the garden pulsing in time with her own, a rhythm of support and exploration. The night began to provide answers, revealing lessons hidden within its intricate web of life. With every breath, she felt herself harmonizing with the surroundings, her dreams intertwining with the essence of the garden. She imagined herself becoming a caretaker of these whispers, nurturing their stories as they had cradled her own. "Can I stay here forever?" she wondered softly, caught in the bliss of connection and belonging. Eldrick's response came wrapped in the warmth of the night. "You are of this place, Lila, and it is of you. While physical forms may change, the connection endures. What you seek here will always reside within you." As those words settled in her heart, Lila opened her eyes once more, their depths holding a newfound light. Eldrick had shifted his gaze to the pond, where currents of silver and azure rippled gently, imploring her to witness the next facet of her journey. "Shall we continue?" he asked, the invitation clear and enticing. The garden has so much more to share, waiting just beyond the horizon of your imagination. With a blend of excitement and tranquility flooding her soul, Lila nodded, rising from the mossy knoll. The air sparkled with anticipation as they ventured onward. With every step along the luminous path, she knew she was embarking on a voyage not just through the garden, but also into the depths of her own spirit, luxuriating in the embrace of nature's nightly embrace. As they walked deeper into the enchanted realm, the sounds of the garden swelled, wrapping around them like a sweet melody, inviting Lila further into its vibrant, whispering depths. Each moment felt like a cherished secret, a treasure waiting to be discovered, and she felt ready to uncover everything the Garden of Nocturne had to offer. As Lila and Eldrick ventured further into the garden, the path beneath them seemed to come alive with each step. The pavement of glimmering stones pulsed with soft hues, guiding their way deeper into the heart of the nocturnal paradise. Wisps of fragrant steam curled up from hidden pathways, shimmering in the gentle light, as if the very ground breathed in harmony with their wonder. Here, the air was alive with a chorus of sounds: the gentle crooning of frogs near the pond, the rustle of small creatures in the underbrush, and the rhythmic symphony of crickets, weaving a tapestry of sound that resonated through the night. Lila felt her worries dissolve into this enchanting melody, her spirit lifted by the ephemeral beauty surrounding her. "Look," Eldrick said, gesturing toward a grove where exotic flowers spilled in cascading colors, their blooms wide open and releasing a soft glow. "This is the Grove of Wishes, where dreams take root." Intrigued, Lila stepped forward, her heart racing with anticipation. Each flower bore a name carved from the softest bark: Desire's Embrace, Hope's Echo, and Joyful Bloom, each one exuding a luminosity that seemed to reach out to her, inviting her to lose herself in their perfume. "What do they do?" Lila asked, her voice barely a whisper as she gently brushed her fingertips across the petals of a nearby flower, which shimmered with hues of soft pink and golden yellow. "These blossoms," Eldrick explained, his voice a tender whisper, "absorb the wishes of those who dare to speak their truths, nurturing them as they grow. They thrive on sincerity and hope, blossoming with every heartfelt desire." Lila felt an electric thrill surge through her as she absorbed Eldrick's words. She closed her eyes once more, visualizing her deepest dreams entwined with the vibrant flora surrounding her. "I wish to foster love and connection, both with myself and those around me," she spoke softly, the words wrapping around her heart like a gossamer thread. As if in response to her longing, the flower she had touched began to radiate warmth. Its once docile glow now flickered and pulsed, echoing the resonance of her desire. Lila gasped as the colors intensified, the petals opening wider in a joyful embrace as silent laughter seemed to ripple through the grove. All you need do is listen, Eldrick encouraged, his presence a steady balm beside her. Feel the energy of the garden. It reflects your intentions and helps you grow along your journey. With a newfound understanding, Lila let her breaths deepen, each inhalation mingling with the fragrant air around her. She felt a bond growing, as if the garden cradled her thoughts and dreams and was urging her to explore them further. The grove seemed to vibrate with her presence, the flowers swaying gently as though dancing to an internal rhythm. As they continued through the grove of wishes, Lila noticed secret pathways opening before her, some veiled in soft mist, leading into more enchanting corners of the garden. Eldrick paused by a path illuminated by soft yellow fireflies, their flickering glow beckoning her closer. "Shall we follow the light?" he asked with a knowing smile, his eyes twinkling like the stars above. Lila nodded eagerly, curiosity bubbling within her like a child at play. The fireflies danced ahead, guiding them further into the heart of the Garden of Nocturne, promising adventure, revelations, and perhaps even more of her own story waiting to unfold beneath the shimmering night sky. Every step felt like an awakening, as Lila embraced the magic of this world, letting go of the mundane and stepping fully into the extraordinary, ready to uncover the mysteries that awaited around each bend, confident that she would emerge transformed and in harmony with the garden's whispers. As Lila and Eldrick followed the mesmerizing glow of the fireflies, the path ahead unfolded like a storybook, each turn revealing enchanting scenes that stirred her imagination. The air was heavy with a symphony of scent, earthy moss intertwined with the delicate sweetness of night-blooming flowers, creating a fragrant canvas that painted the atmosphere around them. The fireflies, like tiny lanterns, flitted between the blooms, illuminating the way with their golden light. As they danced, Lila felt a sense of connection, as though each flicker and shimmer was an encouragement for her to embrace the beauty of the present moment and her place within it. "Here we are," Eldrick announced softly, leading her to an archway formed by intertwining branches and vibrant foliage, poised to invite them into a hidden alcove. Lila gazed in awe as the entrance revealed a small glade bathed in silvery moonlight, the soft glow spilling onto the carpet of velvety moss that covered the ground. In the heart of the glade stood a magnificent tree of dreams, majestic and ancient, its trunk wide and gnarled, adorned with blossoms that shimmered like stars against the darkened sky. Each flower pulsed gently, as though infused with the very essence of the dreams it harbored. "This tree," Eldrick explained, reverence threading through his tone, "is the heart of the Garden of Nocturne. It absorbs the dreams and wishes of all who enter, weaving them into the fabric of the garden. It reminds us that our aspirations are rooted in the world around us, growing through nurturing connection." Lila stepped closer, her breath hitching in her throat at the sight before her. She reached out to touch the rough surface of the trunk, feeling the vibrations of pulsing life flowing through it. It felt as if the tree were alive with stories, a wise guardian of time and possibility, eager to share its secrets. "What do I need to do?" she breathed, enchanted. Eldrick watched her with kind eyes. "The tree offers its wisdom to those who come with an open heart. Speak your dreams aloud and feel their roots intertwine with the tree. Let them take flight from your spirit." Lila straightened, feeling both gravitas and excitement. With a deep, cleansing breath, she spoke from the depths of her being. "I dream of a world where kindness reigns, where every heart is open to love and connection. I want to share the beauty I see within others, to inspire feelings of joy and compassion." As her words left her lips, the blossoms of the tree of dreams responded with a flickering light, illuminating the glade with a warm, golden glow. Lila marveled as she watched the petals swell and unfurl, releasing tiny wisps of ethereal light that floated into the night like gentle wishes set free. "In this space of dreams, your words carry the power of transformation," Eldrick whispered, his voice barely breaking the hushed magic that enveloped them. "With each intention, you nurture the seeds of connection that will blossom in unexpected ways." As the last of her intentions dissipated into the cool night air, Lila felt an overwhelming sense of peace wash over her. She closed her eyes, letting the soothing vibrations of the garden envelop her whole, like a warm embrace from an old friend. Each breath felt purer, each heartbeat synchronized with the rhythm of the garden, harmonizing in a way that made her feel whole. When she opened her eyes, the ethereal light from the tree slightly dimmed, yet the night felt richer somehow, filled with promise and potential. Lila turned to Eldrick, her heart brimming with gratitude. "Thank you for guiding me here," she said, her voice filled with warmth. "I feel like I've discovered a part of myself I didn't know was missing." Eldrick smiled knowingly. "The garden is always here to unveil your true essence," he replied. "But remember, Lila, it is you who nurtures the light within. Your journey is just beginning. Shall we continue to explore the wonders that lie ahead?" With renewed energy and a heart full of dreams, Lila nodded eagerly, and together they stepped away from the sacred tree of dreams, the glade shimmering behind them as the garden beckoned them further along its winding paths. Every step felt imbued with purpose, the air thick with possibilities, inviting her to discover more of the extraordinary magic woven into the fabric of her night. As they ventured deeper into the garden, the path twisted and turned, revealing a kaleidoscope of sights and sensations that seemed to evolve with every footfall. The air crackled with energy, and Lila felt herself becoming more attuned to the magic that surrounded them. The gentle hum of nature's symphony flourished with life, whispers of the flowers, the distant call of an owl, and the melodious bubbling of a nearby brook, all coalesced into a harmonious lullaby. "Do you sense it?" Eldrick asked, his voice a melody against the backdrop of night, as he paused to listen. The garden is alive in ways beyond our understanding. It reflects our emotions, our desires, and even our fears. Lila nodded, her heart open to the revelations that awaited her. It feels like a conversation, a dance between us and the essence of the world, she replied, focusing on the colors that glimmered in the moonlight. Shadows flickered like playful spirits, urging her to delve deeper into the garden's secrets. A little farther along the path, they encountered a winding brook, its water crystalline and sparkling, flowing over smooth stones like a silver ribbon. The brook seemed to beckon them closer, its gentle sounds a soothing balm for her soul. Flanking the water were clusters of delicate moonlight ferns, their leaves shimmering with dew, as if they embraced the light of the stars above. "What do we do here?" Lila asked as she knelt by the water's edge, entranced by the way the moonlight danced upon the surface. "Here we can reflect and draw strength from what we've shared," Eldrick replied, kneeling beside her. "Each ripple in the water holds the essence of our being, the thoughts we've woven into this night. It is said that the brook can wash away doubt, guiding you towards clarity." Lila dipped her fingers into the cool water, the refreshing sensation sending delightful shivers up her spine. She watched the ripples expand, merging with the night, creating small eddies that flowed lazily downstream. "I wish to let go of fear," she said softly, feeling a weight lift as she uttered the words. "I want clarity in my heart to embrace my true path." As her words flowed into the water, the brook glimmered brighter, shimmering with a silvery light that felt alive. Lila watched in awe as tiny petals began to float down the stream, spiraling gracefully on the surface, each one carrying a piece of her longing. It was as if the brook was taking her wishes and weaving them into its journey. The air thickened with potential, and Lila felt an awakening within her. "It's beautiful," she whispered, watching the petals drift away. "It's like they carry my dreams into the vast unknown." Eldrick nodded, a knowing smile gracing his lips. "The brook carries your intentions to the heart of the universe, where they can grow and flourish. Remember, letting go is just as powerful as holding on." Feeling buoyed by the experience, Lila stood from the bank, her spirit uplifted. The world around them became a tapestry of essence, and she felt a profound enchantment infused in each breath she took. "Which way shall we go next?" she asked enthusiastically, her eyes sparkling with curiosity. Eldrick extended his hand, inviting her to follow him along the brook's edge. "There is a glen where the starlit blossoms bloom. They are said to reveal the paths of destiny when the sun kisses them after dawn. We must journey there before morning casts its light." Lila's heart raced at the thought of discovering more. Together, they continued along the brook, the sound of the rippling water guiding their way. The night enveloped them in its velvety embrace, infused with magic and the promise of new revelations, with each step leading them into the depths of adventure and the unfolding wonders the Garden of Nocturne had yet to reveal. As they wandered along the brook, Lila felt a sense of excitement ripple through her. The path began to widen, and the gentle sounds of the flowing water mingled with soft whispers of the wind, creating an enchanting melody that accompanied their journey. The moon cast a silver glow over everything, and shadows danced amid the foliage, lending an air of mystery to the unfolding night. After a few moments, they reached the glen. It was a secluded nook surrounded by tall, swaying trees, their leaves shimmering in the dim light. In the center of the glen, clusters of starlit blossoms unfurled their petals, each blossom glowing softly like miniature lanterns, illuminating the enchanted clearing. The flowers sparkled with an ethereal luminescence, as if they had captured the essence of the stars themselves. "Here we are," Eldrick said, his voice barely above a whisper, filled with awe and reverence. "These blossoms only bloom under the protective embrace of the night, but when dawn arrives, they reveal profound insights. They reflect the paths laid out before you, illuminating the choices you hold in your heart." Lila stepped closer, captivated by the soft beauty surrounding her. The petals of the starlit blossoms seemed to invite her in, and she felt an irresistible pull toward them. She knelt amid the radiant flowers, allowing their glow to wash over her. With each breath, she absorbed their energy, feeling the blossoming light intertwine with her own spirit. "What do I need to do?" Lila asked, her voice a blend of wonder and anticipation. Eldrick sat beside her, watching the blossoms flicker in response to her presence. "Focus on your heart's true desire, the next step on your journey. When morning arrives, listen closely for the whispers of the blossoms. They will guide you." Lila closed her eyes, feeling the soft petals kiss her skin as a gentle breeze brushed against her. She envisioned the dreams she had shared with the brook and the intentions that had flowed into the water. "I wish to find clarity on my path forward, to understand my purpose in this world," she murmured, her voice trembling with sincerity. The blossoms pulsed gently in unison, as if acknowledging her wish, radiating an enchanting warmth that engulfed her. Lila felt a wave of calm wash over her, and within it, a sense of trust began to blossom. After a few moments, she opened her eyes, the glow of the blossoms reflecting in her gaze. The night was deepening, yet the air felt charged with potential. "Will the forms of the blossoms change by dawn?" she inquired, a hint of curiosity woven through her words. "Yes," Eldrick replied, a knowing smile crossing his face. "As the sun rises, their energy will shift, revealing symbols of choice, guiding you towards your destiny. But remember, Lila, it is always your heart that knows the way." Lila nodded, feeling a sense of gratitude and comfort. As the shimmering glow illuminated the glen, she felt a yearning deep within her, a desire for connection, for purpose, and to understand the threads that tied her to everything around her. "Let us rest here until morning," Eldrick suggested, settling onto a bed of soft moss beside her. The garden hummed around them, the soothing sounds lulling her into a state of contentment as Lila leaned back against the verdant earth, captivated by the gentle radiance of the starlit blossoms. As the night wrapped her in its embrace, Lila listened to the sounds of the garden, her heart steadying with every rhythmic pulse. She closed her eyes, allowing the peace of the moment to seep into her very being, knowing that at the dawn of a new day, the blossoms would share their wisdom, illuminating her path under the gentle sun. Lila drifted into a state of gentle slumber, surrounded by the soft glow of the starlit blossoms. The air carried a coolness that brushed against her cheeks, and the fragrant scent of the flowers enveloped her like a warm blanket, ensuring that she felt safe and at peace. In her dreams, she wandered through the glades and meadows of the Garden of Nocturne, each step stirring whispers of inspiration and wonder. As time passed within the embrace of the garden, an awakening began. The soft hues of dawn started to infiltrate the night, casting delicate shades of rose and lavender across the horizon. The first light of morning crept in, delicately breaking the soothing spell of darkness. Eldrick stirred beside her, a gentle hand resting on Lila's shoulder. "It is time, dear Lila," he said, his voice warm and reassuring. "The starlit blossoms are ready to share their secrets with you." Lila opened her eyes, momentarily dazzled by the beauty of the dawn. The glen now shimmered with golden light, transforming the blossoms into radiant beacons that glowed with anticipation. She sat up, her heart fluttering with excitement and curiosity. As the sun's rays poured into the glen, Lila noticed a change in the blossoms. Their petals tightened and transformed, revealing intricate patterns etched into their surfaces, symbols and designs that seemed to dance in harmony with the rhythm of her heartbeat. "Look closely, Lila," Eldrick urged, his eyes reflecting the brilliance around them. "The symbols on the blossoms are gateways to understanding your path. Let them speak to you." Lila leaned in closer, her breath hitching as she traced her fingers across the nearest blossom. The surface felt warm and alive, a pulse of energy flowing beneath her touch. The symbol, a delicate spiral encircled by wings, began to radiate a gentle light, illuminating the essence of her intentions. "What does it mean?" she breathed, wonderment filling her voice. Eldrick smiled softly, observing her response. "The spiral represents growth and evolution, while the wings signify freedom and the ability to soar. This blossom encourages you to embrace your journey, to allow your spirit to flourish and explore the depths of your potential." As Lila absorbed his words, the spiraling symbol seemed to beckon her, weaving an invisible thread of connection from her heart to the world around her. With a few more glances at the neighboring blossoms, she could see that each one held its own unique message and encouragement. She turned to Eldrick, her heart racing with new insights. "Do we each have a symbol that will guide us?" she asked, her voice brimming with excitement. "Indeed," Eldrick replied, his tone steady and contemplative. These symbols are reflections of your journey. They possess the wisdom of your desires and the courage to navigate the unfolding paths. Trust in what you feel. Eagerly, Lila spent the next few moments examining the blossoms, allowing each symbol to wash over her and searching for meaning in their intricate designs. A blooming sense of understanding unfurled within her, illuminating her thoughts and desires. As the sun fully graced the glen with its early light, Lila felt an overwhelming surge of gratitude. "Thank you, garden, for this glimpse into my heart," she whispered, looking toward the blossoms that had shared their wisdom. Eldric's voice broke through her reverie, filled with warmth. "This is just the beginning, Lila. The garden will accompany you as you venture forward. Each choice you make and every desire you hold dear will strengthen the connection between you and the wonders that await." With a sense of newfound clarity, Lila stood among the starlit blossoms, the radiance of the day reinforcing her spirit. She felt ready to embrace the next chapter of her journey, the paths unfolding before her now, shimmering with boundless possibilities that beckoned her forward. "Let us follow the brook once more," Eldric suggested, rising to stand beside her. "There is still much to discover, and your purpose awaits." Lila nodded, her heart alight with hope and determination as they set forth, stepping onto the path that would lead them into the next adventure of the Garden of Nocturne, each step echoing with the promise of discovery and the gentle embrace of her heart's desires. As Lila and Eldric followed the brook, the soothing sound of water flowing over smooth stones accompanied them, creating a rhythmic melody that resonated deep within Lila's soul. With each step, the garden seemed to come alive around them, as if rejoicing in her renewed spirit and clarity. The early morning light danced upon the surface of the brook, casting fleeting sparkles that felt like touches of magic. "Where does this path lead, Eldric?" Lila asked, her curiosity piqued by the lush surroundings that beckoned her. "To the meadow of reflections," he replied, a glimmer of excitement in his eyes. "It is a sacred place where the beauty of your thoughts and feelings can be mirrored back to you, illuminating your innermost desires and guiding your next steps." As they journeyed, the landscape began to shift, transmuting from the glen's protective embrace to an expansive horizon marked by vibrant wildflowers swaying in the gentle breeze. The colors of the blooms, pinks, yellows, oranges, created a spectacular quilt that danced in harmony with the wind. Lila felt her breath catch at the sight, her heart swelling with joy. "This place is breathtaking," she mused, allowing herself to weave through the blossoms, letting their soft petals brush against her skin. "Yes," Eldric replied, his voice laced with reverence. "Each flower here holds a reflection of the desires of those who dwell within the Garden of Nocturne. They await your acknowledgement, eager to be a part of your journey." Lila paused to marvel at a particularly striking flower. Its petals, a brilliant cerulean blue adorned with golden edges, What does this one symbolize? She wondered aloud, kneeling to inspect it. That bloom represents hope and intuition, Eldrick explained, joining her in admiration. It encourages you to trust your inner wisdom, to follow your heart's insights without fear. A thrill flickered through her as she absorbed his words. I will remember that, she promised, feeling a connection to the flower that resonated with her aspirations. As they continued through the meadow, Lila felt an inexplicable urge to vocalize her intentions. I hope to foster compassion and kindness in my life and those around me, she declared, her voice rising in the air, mingling with the beauty around her. To create connections that inspire joy and understanding. The flowers around them began to sway in response, their vibrant heads nodding as if in agreement. A subtle shimmer passed through their petals, as though the whole meadow breathed in harmony with her aspirations. Eldrick smiled at her enthusiasm, sensing the transformation within her. The more you speak your truth, the more the garden listens. It becomes part of your journey, a living testament to your desires and intentions. Suddenly, a gentle breeze swept through the meadow, lifting wisps of dandelion seeds into the air like tiny wishes released into the universe. Lila watched in awe, feeling as if her dreams fluttered right along with them. It's beautiful, she breathed. I can feel the connection all around me. Yes, Eldrick agreed, gazing at the drifting seeds. These are the manifestations of your heart's desires, taking flight to join the cosmic dance of possibility. Follow them where they lead. They may guide you to profound insights. With her heart light and her spirit emboldened, Lila felt an overwhelming urge to reach out and grasp one of the drifting seeds. As she did, she felt a surge of warmth envelop her hand, as if bridging the gap between her heart and the infinite possibilities that lay ahead. Thank you, garden, she whispered, a newfound determination igniting within her. I'll cherish each step, each lesson, and each connection along my path. With Eldrick by her side, Lila continued onward, their laughter mingling with the rustling of leaves and the gentle whispers of the flowers. The meadow of reflections was a canvas of her dreams, and she felt ready to paint the next chapter of her journey, to embrace every moment gifted by the garden, and to discover the treasures hidden within her heart and the world around her. As Lila and Eldrick traversed the vibrant meadow, the air buzzed with an energy that cracked open her spirit. With every heartfelt intention declared, the blossoms seemed to thrive, blooming even brighter at her touch. The landscape of color and life swept her into a realm where possibility felt tangible, and Lila felt aligned with the universe. Look, she exclaimed, pointing to a distant rise where the light danced differently, drawing her gaze. What lies beyond that hill? Eldrick followed her eyes, a smile gracing his lips. That rise leads to the summit of visions, a sacred place where one can see the intricate tapestry of their life. There, your thoughts and aspirations can gain clarity, revealing paths untraveled and dreams yet to bloom. Lila's heart raced at the opportunity. "Then let us go," she urged, an unwavering determination guiding her steps. Together, they made their way up the gentle incline, each step taking them closer to the promise of insight. As they ascended, the air grew crisp, filled with the mingled fragrance of blossoms and earth. Lila took deep breaths, savoring the moment, feeling her pulse synchronize with the rhythm of the garden. When they finally reached the summit, she paused, breathless with wonder. The vista before her was breathtaking. The entire Garden of Nocturne lay sprawled below, a mosaic of colors echoing the beauty she had encountered thus far. In the distance, the shimmering brook snaked its way through the landscape, cradled by a vibrant weave of flora. "Here," Eldrick said, his voice barely louder than a whisper, "stand in stillness and let the visions come." Lila closed her eyes, centering herself amid the breathtaking panorama. She focused on her heart's desires and aspirations, letting her thoughts drift and relax into the embrace of the breeze. A gentle tug in the depths of her being urged her to open her mind to the whispers of possibilities. As she stood on the summit, a kaleidoscope of visions unfurled. She envisioned herself surrounded by people, laughter bursting like bright fireworks in the air. She saw herself nurturing a community built on compassion, creativity flowing like a river, nourishing every soul within it. The images grew clearer, each moment a thread woven into the tapestry of her dreams. Ideas blossomed and intertwined, art projects that sparked joy, connections made through shared experiences, and bonds strengthened through understanding. "Breathe," Eldrick whispered softly, his presence a grounding force beside her. "Let the visions wash over you. Allow them to merge with your truth." In that moment of clarity, Lila realized that her path was not solely about individual aspirations, but about cultivating an environment where others felt seen and valued. It was about sparking joy, allowing those connections to flourish in the light of understanding. With a burst of inspiration, she opened her eyes to the world before her, vibrant and alive with potential. "I want to create spaces where kindness and creativity can thrive, where dreams can be nurtured just as the garden nurtured mine," she declared, her voice resonating with certainty and passion. The garden responded in harmonious chorus, its blossoms swaying gently as if recognizing her newfound purpose. Eldrick smiled at her, pride shining in his wise eyes. "You have seen your visions, dear Lila. They are reflections of your heart, guiding you toward your truth. Carry them with you." Feeling empowered and emboldened, Lila took a moment to bask in the energy of the summit, knowing that every aspiration she held was an integral part of the garden's living tapestry. With a heart full of determination, she turned away from the view, ready to embrace the paths that awaited her. "Where to next?" Lila asked, her voice ringing with enthusiasm. Eldrick gestured toward the cascading hills. dotted with trees resembling an enchanted forest, to the whispering groves where the trees possess ancient wisdom and stories await to be shared. It is here that you will discover even more truths about yourself and your place in the world. With eager anticipation and a heart brimming with inspiration, they descended the summit, the gentle breeze carrying Lila's dreams into the garden's embrace. Together, they stepped onto the path that would lead them to the whispering groves, where more revelations awaited, each destined to illuminate the intricate tapestry of her journey in the Garden of Nocturne.